Thank goodness you're here. You be the pink hippo, I'll be the green one.
Actually, Doctor, I was wondering if you could have a look at this rash on my arms. Ella's got a cat, and it looks like I might be allergic.
Oh, yes, that's nasty. Right, would you put your arm up like this for me, please? And your other arm like this.
What now, Doctor?
You sucker! I read somewhere that people will do anything their doctor tells them to do, and it's true, you will.
Now, look here.
Would you stick out your tongue?
I will not.
Oh, no, seriously, I really do need you to stick out your tongue.
Oh, right. Sorry, Doctor.
I got you again. It's true, you'll do anything.
I will not.
Yes, you would. You'd murder your wife if I told you to.
Are you telling me to...
No, I'm not. Right, let's be serious. Yes, your allergies, right. I think we'll do some blood tests. And then I think you should take 2 of these tablets before each meal, okay?
You mean that, or are you just being silly again?
Really don't know. I've just confused myself.
Doctor doesn't do house calls today. No exceptions. I don't care if he is depressed. Well, tell him to get off the windowsill and come in like everybody else.
Janet, darling, has your father finished yet?
No, he's still in with George. I hope it's nothing serious.
Oh, it's been awful, darling. I bought this sweet little cat, and your father thinks he's allergic to him.
Oh, no. We'll just have to get rid of him, then.
Well, I considered it, but he does have his uses. Gardening, washing the car.
No. Not Dad, the cat.
My boyfriend was allergic to our cat. Made him so sick I ended up drowning him.
She does mean the cat.
Hard to say.
Here you go, Stanley. There's 20 prescriptions. One of them should work.
Dad, did George make you feel any better?
He made me do a Nazi salute.
That always makes me feel better.
Well, it just goes to prove my point, Janet, that people will do anything a doctor tells them.
George, how many times do I have to tell you not to do that experiment?
But it's funny, and it works.
No, it doesn't. If you told me to poke you in the eye, I wouldn't do it.
Janet, I am a doctor. Poke me in the eye. Ow!
Oh, no, you're right. It does work.
If you told me to beat you to a bloody pulp using my bare hands, I wouldn't do it.
Yes, I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
Honestly, darling, sometimes I think he's just your same old idiot husband in all but appearances. Come along, Stanley.
Right away, dear. Though the doctor says I'm contagious, so I'll follow a little behind. In fact, I'll get the bus after you. Such a pity.
See, Janet? Your mother can accept who I am underneath. Why can't you?
Oh, I can. She called you an idiot. I can accept that.
Yes, but I'm your idiot. Aren't I?
I don't want to talk about this at the moment, George.
Oh, I see. Right. Well, I'll be in my office if you need me. Janet, be in my office. You remember where it is, don't you? Through this door, turn right. End of the corridor. Got a little name tag on the door.
Good morning, Janet. Harbinger of doom.
Doctor of death.
I've just come from a meeting with some very high-powered television executives. They want me to be the special medical expert on a news program later this week.
Oh, medical expert on what?
Whatever they need a medical expert on.
Which is?
Oh, Chinese marsh disease, as it happens, yes. Apparently there's been a very nasty outbreak of it in,
China?
Yes.
I never heard of Chinese marsh disease.
Chinese marsh disease? Oh, it's awful. It's the one where people... And they feel... It's awful.
Any chance of you catching it?
I'm just pleased I can do my bit to alleviate the public's fears on primetime television. where I might just happen to get off with Sophie Rayworth.
Oh, that sounds like you, Piers. Dedicated as ever.
If you'll need me, I'll be preparing for my date. A professional encounter with the delightful Sophie. Send my first patient in, please, Mrs. Raven.
Mrs. Barnes, time to walk the plank.
So, Peter, you say your wife's been acting cold towards you lately. Well, we've got a marriage counsellor on the line to help you out. Can you hear me, Cassie?
Loud and clear.
We need to talk.
Dad, you just cost me a week's wages.
This is much more important. I've worked out a way to make your mother fall in love with me again. Ta-da! It's this book on body language. Apparently, all I need to do is read it, and I'll soon be back in the bedroom. Well, there we go. Piece of cake. All I need to do is mirror her body actions and blink at her a lot, and she'll soon be putty in my hands.
I see this going very badly.
Hi, kids. Hello, George. Oh, I just had the worst journey home. There was actually a man driving a converted shopping trolley in the outside lane, would you believe? George, what are you doing?
George, what are you doing?
No, I'm asking what you're doing.
No, I'm asking what you're doing.
George, stop it.
George, stop.
George!
Stop. All right. How about this? You like this, don't you, Janet? Are you being drawn to me, Janet, except you're not entirely sure why?
I'm being drawn towards something heavy to smack you with, and I know exactly why.
Abandon that.
George, what is going on?
Well, I'm trying to woo you with my body language. Do you see?
He's been reading again, Mummy.
For goodness sake, George. You can't just pull a few faces and strike a few poses and expect women to fall at your feet.
Can't you?
It doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Women need to get to know someone first. We don't just fall in love at the drop of a hat.
Hello, darling.
Oh, aren't you just precious?
We can't have him in the house because of your father's stupid, selfish allergies. So I thought,
Of course we'll take him. What's his name?
Albert.
Oh, hello, Albert. Aren't you just beautiful? Yes, you are, Johnny. One that loves you very, very much. Yes, you
Yes, sorry, hang on a minute.
Oh, look, he's licking me.
He's quite the little charmer, isn't he?
Right, fair enough.
George, what are you doing?
Well, I'm licking your elbow. Why?
George, stop it.
What?
I don't want you licking me, that's what.
For heaven's sake, can't you control yourself, man?
Look, you didn't seem to mind it when Albert was licking you.
It's because Albert's a cat. Cats are different. Come on, Albert, let's go and make you up a bed.
What, in the bedroom?
Where else would I make him sleep?
Only one little lick, Ella.
Don't you come any closer, George Monday.
You wouldn't mind it, would you?
I'm warning you.
Just one little lick. Can't believe it. Everyone hates me. I've lost Janet. Life is terrible.
Hey, come on, you still got me.
Life is really terrible.
Okay, so Janet has a thing for cats. One thing I've learned about these Earth women, even the normal ones turn out weird. At least you know where you are with Mrs. Raven.
Smeared with lard and lashed to a tree.
Hey, that was one time. Okay, twice. Maybe 3 times, but at least you know where you are with Mrs. Raven.
You know, I've read that book 15,000 times, and it doesn't say anything about women liking cats.
I'm not surprised. Only a really sick individual would prefer cats to people. Yeah.
Praise to the supreme being of catness!
You see?
I've always worshipped cats since I was a slave in ancient Egypt.
Can't remember his name or where he lives, but he remembers every one of his former lives.
I remember my former life when Janet loved me.
Hey, don't get depressed. We'll think of something.
Yes.
Like, here's a sentence I never thought I'd say. You gonna